good morning everybody. Happy Saturday. We're gonna go ahead and get started right away. This is a functional strength Pilates class. So when we talk about functional strength, we're referring to the movement patterns that we find all throughout our daily lives. So hinge patterns, squat, gait, which is walking, lunges, rotation, so like all of these movement patterns that help support us in our daily movement. So it's really important for us to train our bodies in these positions so that we can move more mindfully and move in a more supported way so we avoid injury. So always great to sort of revisit that. So we're going to focus on some of those patterns today. Your optional prep for today is one heavier weight. I'd say anywhere between 5 and 10 pounds is fine. Otherwise, don't use a weight at all and just focus on your form and working with your body's own resistance. So let's go ahead and get started. Come to your mat, towards the back of your mat, set your prop away, just out of the way. Bring your feet hips width distance, maybe a little bit wider. Take a bend in your knees, so unlock your knee joints. Draw your belly in, finding your neutral alignment. So shoulders stack over hips, over ankles, tailbone gently tucked to the ground, ribs pulled in. Let's draw our hands behind our head. Be careful not to flare your rib cage right here. Pull the ribs in, draw the belly in. Pick the chin up off the chest. Soften into the knees. Draw your chin down as you inhale, roll down through your spine, all the way down to your standing forward fold. Taking a bigger bend in the knees as you come down if you need to. Good, and then let's tuck the chin in and roll right back up. Wing your elbows open at the top. So draw everything in toward the midline. Chin comes in and we round down. Good, and then exhale as you lift. Stacking your spine 1 inch at a time, coming all the way back up. One more time, inhale. And rolling it down, scooping your belly. Good. And then stacking your spine 1 inch at a time, coming out. So this is that hinge pattern we're talking about. Now pressing firmly to your feet, let's take a long spine down. So hinging from your hips, sending the crown of your head forward, your tailbone straight back, long spine, long spine, long spine, to about 90 degrees, right? Or as far as you can get, feeling a stretch through the backs of your legs, not straining your neck, not straining your back. Then wing your elbows in, tuck your chin in. And round up to standing. Become wide in the arms. Inhale, take it down, long spine, long spine. Tuck everything in and roll it right back up. Good, let's go 2 more. So it's inhale down. And we tuck, scoop it around. Just articulating the spine, finding our balance, opening up through the backs of the legs. Warming up the core. Good, and now let's reverse. So we wing it in, we've been here before, we round it down. Up to about 90 degrees, then extend your spine, open your elbows, and lift straight up. That's a lot of work for the glutes and hamstrings. Let's take it all the way in and down, 90 degrees. Flatten the spine and lift straight up. 2 more, feels so good. This is a great stretch to do nice and slowly in the morning, really just to wake up the body, finding some space. Good, and lift. So good, so good. Release your arms. Bend into your knees. Pick up your one heavy weight. Step your left foot forward and your right foot back. So we're coming into a lunge pattern here. Remember, your weight is optional. So if you're not feeling like the added weight today, that's totally fine. You can do everything without. Square your hips here. Come up high into your lunge position. So your back heel is high over your ball mound. Your legs are in line with your hips, maybe a little bit wider for balance if you need it. Shoulders are still over the pelvis, so the spine is still stacked and still tall. Draw the belly and draw the ribs in. Pick your gaze up, straight ahead of you. Good, let's go. Inhale to come straight down, exhale to lift. Inhale to come straight down and exhale to lift. Good, so trying to remain as upright as possible. Now, if that feels like it's straining your knees or your low back too much, just don't come down as low. Good, so your right leg is back, your weight is in your right hand, and your right arm is long for now. Let's go for 3 more here. Inhale down, exhale, lift, squeeze the glutes at the top. Inhale down, exhale, lift, squeeze at the top. Last one here. Good, and now we're gonna add on. We're gonna come down into the lunge, hinge forward, reach the weight towards the inside of the left foot, stack the spine, and come back up. Good, so we lunge down, hinge, reach, lift, and come back up. We take it down, hinge, stack, and up. 5 more. Down, hinge, stack, and up. So really try to reach that way, almost as if you're gonna place it right on the mat, but then don't, right? Here's 3, lift, and straight up. For 2, hinge, stack, return. Last one here, hinge, hold it here. We're gonna rotate, reaching the weight back as if we're gonna tap our back ankle with the weight. Come straight back through center and return. So we're adding on here. We'll take it down, hinge, stack, rotate, center, and lift. So really moving the spine here. You're gonna start to feel that left side working, those glutes firing up, the outer hips and the inner thighs. Come back to a stacked spine as best you can and slow it down. This is not a race. With functional movement, we want to maintain our form, right? We really want to find the depth as best we can. Reach back. It's a slight rotation through the thoracic spine. So try to keep your hips where they are. Move through your rib cage. It's not a huge range of motion, and that's okay. We're just warming up still. Good. Rotate, return. Let's go for 2 more. We take it down. Hinge, reach, lift, rotate, return, and up. Last one here. Hinge, reach. Good. Rotate and return. Nice work. Go ahead and set your weight to the top corner of your mat, just out of the way. Plant your palms down on the mat. Work your right leg back and come into a nice low lunge stretch. So you can walk that left foot forward a little bit more. Drop your right hip down. Hands come to the top of your left thigh. Breathe as you open up into that hip. Avoid pressure back here on your knee. Try to keep your weight shifted forward. Always an option to come down onto your fingertips and tuck your toes under if that feels better on your knee. Deep breath in. So you can sink into that stretch a little bit more deeply. And full breath out. Nice. Let's float both hands down to the inside of the left foot. Heel toe your left foot out to the edge of your mat. Opening up your left knee nice and wide for a lizard pose. So if this doesn't feel like enough, you can always float down to your forearms, deepening that stretch a little bit. Wherever you go, you go. Breathe here for a few rounds of deep breaths here. Big breaths for big muscles. Opening up through the hips, the inner thighs, the outer hips, the glutes a little bit. Good. And then carefully walk yourself back up to your palms. Send your leg back behind you, finding your tabletop. Spread your fingers wide. Walk your knees back underneath your hips. Tuck your toes under. And then float this tabletop position just off the mat about an inch or 2. And then start to circle your body over to the left. So I'm really kind of locked in place in this shape. And I'm just shifting my weight slightly. Really challenging my core, trying to hold these nice strong 90-degree angles. Inhale out, exhale, circle and return. Let's go for 4 and 3, 2, breathing. Hold it there, reverse your circle, opposite direction. Good, so really spread the fingers wide, press into the palms, gentle shift with the weight, pull the belly in, keep your chin up off your chest, circle 4. Breathe for 3, 2, 1, and then press it up into your down dog. Deep breath in, full breath out. Nice work. Bend into your knees. Slowly start to walk your hands back to your feet. Inhale and roll up to standing slowly. I'm going to step to the opposite end of mat so that y'all can see me. Good. So this time the right leg comes forward and the left leg comes back into that lunge. So weighs in the left hand. Roll the shoulders back. Good. Stacking over the pelvis. Good. And we're just going to find that lunge pattern straight up and straight down to start. Good. Inhale down and exhale, lift. And remember, you do not have to come down super low. Maybe you're working with a micro lunge today, but we want to try to keep that posture tall, that spine stacked as best we can. Inhale down and exhale, lift. Legs are about hips width distance. Back heel is high over the ball mount of the back foot. Let's go for 4. Woo, really warming up those legs for 3. Last 2, big squeeze at the top. Last one, now we hold it low in that lunge. We hinge forward as if we're about to set the weight down to the inside of the right foot, and then stack our spine straight up and return to start. So we take it down, hinge, stack, and lift. Take your time. Really articulate each step of the movement. Try not to come up from your lunge until shoulders are completely stacked over the hips. The torso is upright, reaching through the crown of the head. The tallest posture you can find. Taking it down. Reach, stack, return. Press firmly through the right side. Let the right side support you. Working into that supporting side as best you can. Wobbling is okay, it's natural. And it means that your body's working hard to catch you and maintain your balance. So good on you if you're a little shaky. Let's go for 3 more. Down, reach, up, return. Here's 2. And breathing. Lift, return. Last one like this. Good. Now we hold. We rotate open to the left as if we're about to reach back to our ankle. Come back to center and stand straight up. We take it down. Hinge, stack, rotate, return, and lift. Good. Be purposeful and mindful of every step. Like a recipe, right? You don't want to skip a step. You're going to mess up the whole meal. Taking it up. Recipe for safe and strong movement throughout your day. Take it forward, up, rotate, return, and lift. Let's go a few more. You got this. Woo, really firing up into that opposite side. And up, we have 3. Reach, hinge, rotate. I haven't really moved a lot in the last 2 days, so I'm going to be super sore from this. But that, again, is just feedback from your body, right? Good. Last time here. Nice work. Go ahead and set your weight down. Walk your hands down. Drop your left knee. Maybe work your right foot up a little bit. And come into that nice low lunge stretch. Know that you can roll your mat up underneath your knee. Avoid weight back here on your kneecap. Keep shifting weight forward, pressing firmly through that front foot. Deep breaths in here as you sink that hip down towards the floor. And full exhale. Nice option to bring those hands down and deepen the stretch, heel toeing that right foot out to the edge of the mat, opening up through that knee, externally rotating through your hip. Option to come down to your forearms too if that feels good and if it's available to you. Otherwise, stay where you are. A few rounds of breath here. Deep inhales and full exhales. Nice work. Woo! Those patterns get you, especially in those hips and glutes. Good. All right, we're going to heel toe our foot back to center and then sweep around, coming back into that tabletop. And I'm going to shed a layer because even though it's chilly Austin, Texas today, we are definitely building some heat, right? All right, so our next move is going to be plank to tabletop crawl. So hands are going to come underneath the shoulders. Walk your feet back into your plank. Feet are going to be about hips width distance. We're going to step each foot in 2 times. So it's right, left, and then we step it back up. Right, left, left. So really want to articulate each step. We want to keep the upper body nice and steady and stable. You can alternate the leading foot if that feels better on your brain. Right, so you would take it left, right for 1 round, and then the next round right, left, Left for here about a minute total. So just get comfortable in the position. Always an option to hold in your plank. Always an option to hold in your tabletop. If you're moving, try to keep your hips from wobbling side to side. Do not sink into your low back. Do not sink in between your shoulder blades. Hold the integrity of your plank. Good, let's go 2 more rounds if you're moving. Otherwise you're breathing and holding in stillness, firing up every single muscle in your body. Last round here. Woo! And hold in your plank. Press the floor away, take a deep breath in, and a full breath out. Keep breathing, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and drop your knees wide. Untuck your toes, sink your hips back to your heels. Deep breath in, full breath out. Good. When you're ready, inhale, roll up to seated. Swing your legs around. Scooch up towards the top of your mat. Before we come down, bring your weight and set it back behind you. Lengthen through your legs, flat through your feet. Bring your feet hips width distance. Sit up tall, reaching your arms forward. Deep breath in. Drive your shoulders back, retracting your shoulders back into their sockets. Start to tip your pelvis. Tuck your tailbone under, scoop your belly, roll down in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands are gonna come behind your head. Bring your feet a little bit wider, so separate those legs a little bit wider, point through your toes. You're gonna feel a little space between the lumbar spine, your low back, and the mat, and that's okay. If you're in your neutral spine, we just wanna be really mindful of the contraction through the abdominal wall. So always pulling the belly inward and upward, hugging the ribs in toward the midline, and really packing the core in tight. Inhale here, exhale, chest curl. Inhale, return. Exhale, shh. Inhale, return. So a couple options here. Legs extended may not feel good on low back. You can always bend your knees and bring your feet flat to the floor. If you do, keep your feet out a little bit farther from you today. Then we usually kind of walk them in a little bit closer. Just keep a little bit more space between your heels and your glutes. And then be mindful of your legs. I want lots of energy through the legs. So point and reach through the toes and the tops of the feet. Activate your quads, your thigh muscles. Lift them up away from your kneecaps. Squeeze your glutes. All the while you're exhaling, lifting up and over this giant beach ball that's resting on your belly. Good. And return. So we're warming up here for a half Turkish get-up, right? So we're not going to do the full expression today. Maybe we'll add on to it in our next class, but we're going to kind of do the get-up prep. So we're prepping our core here. Let's go for 5, lift, return. Good. For 4, nice. Here's 3, 2. This time we're gonna hold it up. Rotate your right side over to the left. Reach your right arm up. Bring your hand back behind your head and come straight back down through center. So it's lift and rotate, reach, return, and lower. Exhale up, inhale, reach, exhale back, and return. Good. It's lift, rotate, peel the right shoulder blade up off the floor, but keep the hips where they are. Stay active through the toes and through the legs. Let's go for 3. Really warming up our core and our side body. Here's 2. Reach with intention, like you mean it, like you're about to grab a $100 bill. Good. Last one like this. Amazing. Okay. Option to add your weight into the mix. If you're grabbing your weight in your right hand and you're extending your arms straight up over your right shoulder. Palm is facing inward, right? So rotated inward. We're gonna bring our left arm out to the side at about a 45-degree angle, and we're gonna bend into our left foot. Now your goal is to keep your weight and your arm extended directly over your shoulder the entire time. What we do here is press firmly to our palm, bending into our elbow. We peel our upper body up off the floor and we reach that weight all the way up to the sky, coming up onto our forearm. Good, and then we press up to our palm. And then we take it down the way we came. We drop the forearm down, weight stays directly over the shoulder, and we roll down our spine, articulating our back. Good. Inhale to prepare. Exhale to reach, lift, and rotate. And then we come all the way back down. And this is as far as we're going today in this exercise. So let's be super mindful of where we're going and how we're getting there. Press firmly through your palm and your forearm at each step. Notice if your weight's coming all the way up and across. Keep it where it is, locked in place. That's what's loading your right side, your upper body, and your core. That's what's challenging you a little bit more. Now, where are your legs, right? We're pressing firmly through that left foot. That knee stays right where it is. Right leg is extended energetically, so reaching through the toes and through the top of the foot. Use that breath to get straight up. This is so good, so good. All right, let's go for 3 more. And press up. Nice work, you guys. Good, here's 2. Really take your time. It's okay to move slowly if you're moving correctly. Last one here. Good, now hold up here. Set your weight down, and we're gonna come into a side kick kneeling. So that left knee is gonna come underneath your left hip, and your right leg is gonna stay extended. If you have sensitive knees, just go ahead and roll your mat up so you have a little extra cushion underneath your knee. We're gonna come right down into our side kick. So we're gonna drop that left palm down underneath our shoulders, spread your fingers wide, and bring your right hand behind your head. Notice where your spine is here in space. If you're rounding forward, roll your top shoulder back, pick your chin up. Good, and then send your hip bones forward a little bit. So we're engaged through the back of the body, contracted through the front of the body. Good, and then we float that right leg up to hip height, pointing through the toes, tap, and exhale, lift. Now, side kick kneeling is a burner. It is not an easy position to be in, certainly not for too long. We won't be here for too long, but really focus on your form. If it's really not accessible to you, know that you can come down into your side lying position, bringing your body down to the mat, and work from there with the leg movements, okay? Exhale, lift, and tap. Let's go for 3. Up and down. Here's 2. Last one, hold it there, flex through your foot. Inhale, kick forward, and then point, squeeze as you stretch your leg back. Try to keep the rest of your body stable. Try not to swing through your leg. Send it forward with control and back with control. You just have 3. Try to stabilize the upper body as best you can. 2, you got it. Last one here. Back to center, back at hip height, point through the toes, circle forward and around. Try to keep that leg up at hip height, hold the belly in, pick your chin up for 4, 3, 2, good, hold it and circle back. Good, reach through those toes, stabilize everything else. You've got this, press the floor away through that left palm. You have 4, 3, 2, good, float your toes down, reach your right arm up overhead, big inhale, exhale, lift it up together. Grand finale here in this position, up and squeeze. Keep your chin up and your neck long here. We have 5. Exhale, lift, inhale, lengthen. For 4. Yes, you can. For 3. Here's 2. Last one. I'm laughing because it's so hard. All right, from here, we're going to drop our left glutes down and come right onto our left forearm, right? So elbow underneath the shoulder. Option to keep your bottom leg bent here. Otherwise, we're gonna extend both legs, roll over to the fleshy part of your glutes. Good, and then reaching your arm up, send your feet up, toes to fingertips, and then stack your hips, coming into right as if you were about to get into a side plank, right? So it's exhale, lean, extend, and lift, and stack the hips and shoulders again. So if you have a bent bottom leg, it looks like this. A little bit more accessible, right? A little bit more surface area and support. Totally fine. Exhale, scoop your belly, Cinch your side body. Bring everything up and in, right? Let's go for 4. Return with control. That's the hardest part. 3. So good, friends. Here's 2. Woo, and last one. Nice work. Go ahead, stack your knees, stack your thighs. Right leg is on top. Inhale. Twist in your waist over towards your top leg. Grab for your chin. Exhale as you round forward. Nice deep mermaid stretch here. Feel a nice deep side body stretch for that left side. Inhale, float your left forearm down and stretch to the right side. Amazing. Good work. Bring it back to center. I'm just gonna swing my legs around. Sitting up nice and tall, stepping my spine. Flex through your feet. Relax your shoulders back. Big inhale. Exhale, roll down in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we hit the other side. So be sure that that weight is on the left side, accessible to you if you're using it. Separate your feet to hips with distance. Point through your toes. Back to start here with our chest curl. Hands behind your head. Exhale, lift, and inhale, lower. Exhale, up, and inhale, down. A little bit of space between your low back and the mat is okay. Hug everything in and up toward the midline. Lift up and over a giant beach ball, resting on your belly. Reaching through your toes and the tops of your feet. Legs are active here. Let's go for 5. Yes, you can. For 4, we're almost there. We're almost done. For 3. Good. And 2. Last one, we hold it up. Rotate left shoulder, peel up off the floor. Reach that arm. Reconnect and lower down. It's exhale up and over. Reach, keep your chin up off your chest and return with control. Glue your feet and your legs to where they are. Keep your lower body and your pelvis nice and stable. Reach with intention. You've got it. Let's go for 4. Extend, connect, return. Here's 3. And lower. Good. Exhale up. Inhale, reach. Exhale in. Inhale down. Last 2. So good, so good. I know I've said that like 4 times, but it is. And return. Nice work. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and grab that weight and bend into the right knee. So the weight comes directly over your shoulder, remember, and your left leg is nice and long and active, and we bring that right arm out to 45 degrees. Good, we're gonna press firmly into our palm, into our arm, as we peel ourselves up, coming onto that forearm, right? The weight stays over the shoulder, and then we press up onto the palm, right? Feel free to adjust the first round or 2 so that your hand is in the right position. And then we drop elbows straight down to the floor, and we articulate all the way down. Good. So inhale to prepare. Exhale. Good. Inhale here. Exhale. Press up. Inhale back down. And exhale. Roll down with control. So good. So good. All right. Let's do it a few more times. And again, remembering that it's not a race. It's not about how many reps you get in. It's about how deeply you're working, how mindfully you're moving, right? Can you anchor through that left leg, reaching through those left toes? Good, and really purposefully keeping that weight directly over your shoulder. You should feel your core working super hard here. Let's go for 4. Don't be afraid of that breath. Press firmly into your foot. Good. Let's go for 3 and up. Nice work. Friends, you have to and press and return. Oh my gosh, chorus and fuego. Last one here. Down with control. Bend into your elbow. Release your weight. Press yourself up, and then we come right into our side kneeling on the side. So we send that right knee directly underneath the right hip. That left leg stays extended. Boom, here we are. We drop the right palm down underneath the shoulder. Hand comes behind the head. Good, so remember to stack the bones, knee under hip. Shoulders are stacked. Send your hip bones forward, pull your belly in. Pick your chin up off the chest. Float your leg up to hip height, tap and exhale, lift. So warming up again through the outer hips, the inner thighs, the entire leg really, and that side body. Super warm from our half get-ups, super warm from our chest curls. So we got this, right? We're not here for long. We know it's a burner, but we can do it. We can do hard things, as my 4-year-old says, and Glennon Doyle says. Go for 3. Exhale, lift and tap. Good for 2. Last one, hold it up here, flex through your foot. Inhale, send your heel forward, point, stretch, squeeze your glutes back. Inhale, kick your leg forward like your toes are up to meet your nose, and then squeeze into your foot behind your hip. You have 4. Really just try to stabilize here as you move the weight of your leg back and forth. Again, moving mindfully, not quickly. 2, back and squeeze. Last one. Woo. Back to center, up at hip height, circle forward and around. Good. Notice if you're starting to lean forward or round forward, stack your shoulders, open your chest. Good. Pick your chin up, circle 4, 3, 2, and reverse that circle. You've got this. Almost there. Pull the belly and lift the weight of that leg up. Yes, you can. I'm right there with you. Circle 4, 3, 2, 1. With control, send those toes down, extend your top arm. Inhale, exhale, up and in. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, send it all the way up and in. Cinching that side body for 5. Keep your chin up, neck long for 4. Good. Exhale, power up. 3. You got this. Here's 2. And the last one. So good, so good. Carefully come down onto your right hip. And then carefully drop your right forearm down to the mat. Option to keep your bottom leg bent. Make sure your weight is out of the way. Or extend both legs. Arm comes up, we roll back to the fleshy part of our glutes. Exhale to lift. Inhale to rotate back to a stacked position. Exhale. And inhale, send it forward. Good, so when you come back to like that almost side plank position, right? Shoulders stacked, hips stacked, really articulate. And again, if you have your bottom leg bent, it looks like this. You have a little bit more support. You're still leaning back. You're still lifting high. Let's go for 4. Almost there. Good. For 3. Nice. Here's 2. Last one. So good, so good. We're going to pivot right towards the top of the mat into a forearm plank. We're almost there. We have 2 more movements before we stretch it out. Really going to focus on our scapular strength here. Can really help with posture, right? So elbows underneath the shoulders, tuck your toes, and press yourself up into your forearm plank. Always an option to just hold in your plank or drop to your thighs and hug your heels in, working from here, right? Otherwise, press up in between your shoulder blades, pick your chin up, pick your gaze up. Send your feet to a distance, tuck your tailbone under. Inhale, drop your chest down, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Exhale, press up in between your shoulder blades and widen across your back. Inhale, drop down. Exhale, lift. So it's bringing the shoulder blades closer together on the back of the body and then separating. It's not a huge range of motion. Let's go for 5 and 4, 3, 2, last one, good. And then press back into your dolphin pose. Take a quick rest. You can drop to your knees here if you need to. Inhale, float forward, find your plank. Exhale, press it back. Inhale, float forward, and exhale, press back. When you float forward, you find your full expression. Chin up, gaze up, neck long. Good. When you press back, hips come high. We press firmly into the forearms. Slide the shoulder blades down your back. Let's go for 4. You got this. Exhale, press. For 3. And push. 2. Last one, we hold in plank. You got this. Push the floor away. Press up in between your shoulder blades. Draw the belly and pick your chin up. Breathe. Hold for 8 and 7. Focus on your strength. You can do this for 4, 3, 2, and carefully drop your knees and sink your hips back to your heels for a stretch. Amazing. Amazing. Big breath in. Full breath out.
flip your palms up to the ceiling, bend into your elbows, and reach back for your shoulder blades, stretching through the back of your arm. Deep breath in, full breath out. Walk your elbows a little bit wider, let your head fall toward the floor. Stretch a little bit more deeply across the upper back. Good. Reach your arms long, and the inhale, roll up. I just realized that we forgot our mermaid side, our mermaid stretch on this side. So let's go ahead and take that quickly. Stack your thighs, left leg on top. Sorry about that, friends. Was so excited to wrap up those scapular push-ups. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, twist towards your top leg. Grab for your top shin. Tuck your chin and round forward, lengthening and stretching through that right side body. Good. And then float your right forearm down, lift up and out of your left side. Good. And bring it back to center for our stretch. So we're going to send our legs forward today. Scooching back. Adjust your high waistband, right? Legs come nice and wide. Flex through your feet here. Send your arms forward. Drive your shoulders back. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, hinge from your hips and dive forward. If you were like reaching for your best friend's hands, your partner's hands or something, right? Really reaching far out of your shoulder sockets. Keep the back of your neck long. Keep your spine long. Keep your chest lifted here. So think extension, long spine. Good, and then we sit straight back up, stacking the spine. Let's go 2 more with this extended spine stretch. Exhale, dive forward. Good, and inhale, stack. And once more here, dive forward. Good, and inhale, stack. And then from here, we head right into the socks. So keeping the legs wide, anchor through your heels, flex through your feet. Remember, we want pelvic stability. So glue your pelvis to the mat, take your arms out wide. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, twist your right arm over to your left leg, pause. Flip your left palm up to the sky, so rotate through your shoulder. Hinge from your left hip, keep your right side anchored. Exhale as you pulse forward, 3. Look over your left shoulder so your neck stays long, 2 and 1. Inhale, stack your spine first, unwind, and then come to the other side. Exhale, twist left arm over to the right. Flip your right palm, rotate through your shoulder. Exhale as you dive forward, 3, 2, 1. Left side stays anchored. Inhale, send it up to center. 1 more each side. Exhale, twist. Flip, hinge, and stretch. 3, 2, 1. Stack the spine, open wide. Exhale, twist, hinge, and pulse. 3, 2, 1. And send it back and relax your arms. Let's take a butterfly stretch. Soles of the feet together. Hug your heels and wrap your fingers around your toes. Sit up tall. Exhale and send yourself forward. Again, hinging through your hips, but if it feels best here, you can round your spine. You can drop your head, bring your gaze down, right? Come in tight if that feels good. Also an option to take your arms out. Good, to really extend a little bit further. Press the soles of your feet together actively here. Feel a nice deep release through the inner thighs and through the hips. So good, so good. Walk it all the way back, and we'll take a twist. So lengthen your left leg and bend into your right knee. Step your right foot to the outside of your left thigh. So a little crisscross action. And then left arm wraps around your right leg. Hug it in. So hugging it in towards your chest allows for that leverage. You can draw yourself up taller, sitting up taller, stacking your bones. But it also deepens the stretch through the glutes and through the backside. So hug it in tight, keep it close. Bring your right hand behind you, press into your palm. Exhale as you twist, looking over your right shoulder. Hug that thigh in close. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Carefully unwind back to center. Take a quick seated figure 4. Send the right foot to the top of the left thigh and walk yourself out. Keeping your right knee, working it away, down towards the floor. Good, and keeping centered here as you hinge forward. When you're ready, walk it back up. Extend your right leg long, bend into your left knee, and then step your left foot to the outside of your right thigh. Right arm comes around. Hug that left leg in. Inhale, sit up tall. Feel the stretch deepen. Feel the spine grow. And then the left hand comes back behind you. Press into your palm. Exhale as you twist, looking over your left shoulder. Keep your chin up. Reach out of the crown of your head. Hug that line close. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Good, 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 good. And then carefully unwind to that seated figure four. Left foot to the top of the right thigh. Hinging forward, whatever feels best here. Wherever you go, you go. Don't push it. Breathe into those spaces. Try to soften into that hip crease, into that low back. Deep breath. And full exhale. When you're ready, walk it back up to seated. Cross your ankles. Move fleshy parts away. Rock side to side a little bit. Sit up tall here. And just take a moment. Maybe bring your hands together. Maybe close your eyes or just drop your gaze down. And just settle for a moment before you jump into the rest of your day, jump into the rest of your life. And take a moment of thanks, gratitude, and appreciation for yourself, for showing up, for loving yourself enough to move today, for loving your body as it is, exactly how it showed up here on your mat today. Take a deep breath in, fill your lungs, grow big, take up space. Exhale out of your mouth, let it go. Amazing work today, y'all. Thank you so much for joining me. I feel so much better. I hope you do too. And I'll see y'all next time. Thanks, everybody.